Just a quick trigger warning. Today we are going to be talking about dieting, possibly disordered eating,
and
weight
image
loss,
in general.
body image in general. So little trigger warning. Skip this episode if that's not your thing, and we'll see you in the next one.
Welcome back to the Double Cleanse podcast, a podcast all about beauty and the influencer world in general. I'm Robert Welsh. I'm a professional makeup artist and content creator.
And I'm James Welsh. I am a skincare enthusiast and content creator of 10 years now.
Wowee.
Wow's.
Wowee, woo.
Oof, about that. You right?
Yes, you?
Yes, thank you.
You know what? I know you said in the other episode when we're talking about horrible things we think about at night and about you know, your job is going to end. But 10 years is a long time.
Yeah, but it's changed so much.
Well, I think other people, I always look at like other people's like, you've been doing this for like 20 years. It's like, I mean, if there's another 20 years in it, great.
Yeah. Well, this is like, we mentioned this the other day, didn't we? That like we haven't seen like those old school influencers like do their whole career yet. You know, there's like not many like, I guess, like more mature. Well, there's quite a few, but we've not seen people go through the whole, you know, their whole life being an influencer from start to end.
Can I ask you about a time sensitive subject, which has happened quite a while back when this goes on, but do you have, how, as a K-pop fan, how do you feel about the show that happened in...
There's no K-pop.
There's no K-pop.
This is the most... You explain the situation.
Where was it? Where did it happen?
Belfast.
A bunch of a group of mums took their kids to this K-pop tribute concert, and they thought K-pop was just K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah. So they went to go and think it was like the movie songs, but it was K-pop, like Blackpink, BTS. And Twice was like some of the songs in it. And all the mums were like, K-pop owes us an apology. Yeah. K-pop needs to give us a refund.
So here's the thing. I've been into K-pop since like 2009.
Since you were like 12.
Since I was what? 12. And there have been 2 times in my K-pop life that have like annoyed me. Yeah. One, when Psy's Gangnam Style went viral because everyone was like, "Is this what you like? Is this what you listen to?" I was like, "No, like that's not.
That's like fun.
It is.
That's like
fun.
That's like Jedward.
It's like a novelty. Yeah. And this time that has probably most annoyed me. There's a few things that I can't wrap my head around.
Yes.
What did they think K-pop meant? What do they think
K-pop Demon Hunters
meant? Yeah, but what does that K-pop in K-pop?
Oh, they don't know.
They don't know. And the whole film is about these people singing K-pop.
Yes, they're a K-pop group.
They're a K-pop group. So I can't think what, like, I just don't understand what they think was happening in the film.
Yeah.
Like, what did K-pop stand for?
I feel like, I mean, it's a great film, but I feel like maybe they just put it on and let their kids watch it and they kind of come in occasionally. Yeah. Have a little wiggle.
Yeah.
When
like,
Golden's on.
It's good.
Yeah.
But also, like, what most annoyed me about that situation as well is once all these people got kind of like told, well, K-pop is a genre, you're in the wrong. Then they were like, well, it was also inappropriate.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was like,
and the animated things look like K-pop Demon Hunters.
See, this is the to me, as somebody who knows K-pop, looking at that really terrible AI poster that they made.
So bad.
That is a typical kind of like second gen
Yeah.
K-pop look, right?
Yeah.
So girls' generation, after school, like way back in the day, the white with the gold, that kind
crazy
of military
hair.
style.
Yeah.
People, like K-pop idols, have always dyed their hair different colors. Like this, it's not a thing. So to see people trying to justify,
it was the interviews with the mums. That's not K. There was no K-pop. When like factually, it's like stop trying to excuse yourself because you literally didn't read the listing correctly. Yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd just get you riled up before we got into this episode.
Furious with them. No, it's just really interesting. I think like I would love to see. This is the thing though, right? If you're mad about that, your kids clearly like K-pop. Go home, listen to K-pop. What other music would they love? Because K-pop is known for being catchy, the dancing, the routines, the visuals. So get the kids on K-pop now.
Perhaps they want to be actors.
Maybe they do want to see some K-pop.
Well, let's do a fact or fiction. Yes. Where we look at something that might have possibly happened from an influencer in the world of social media.
Because they do the darndest things.
Darndest.
There's a T in there somewhere.
So there was another fashion influencer with around 800,000 followers, so quite a big following. Attended a small independent designer pop-up shop in London. That's in England.
Yes, we're there now.
Yeah. She arrived with a videographer and immediately asked staff to clear other shoppers from the store so she could film exclusive browsing content. this isn't even the end of it. Anyway, she was told that the event was open to the public, and she began like picking up bits of clothes, and it's like, well, fine, I'm just going to take these with me then and create content.
No. So hang on.
Yeah.
So is there an event, or has she just shown up at this shop?
No, it was a pop-up. So you know what is pop-ups are open to anyone.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So an influencer walks in and she's like, I'm an influencer. Please can we clear this out? I want clean content when I'm videoing. I want clean content so it's just for shop. It's just me. And they were like, no, it's public. You know, we have a line of people waiting. And she was like, well, fine then. I'm going to take these items of clothing and I'll bring them back once I'm done with them. And they're like, no, these are one-of-a-kind pieces for this pop-up. You can't take them and leave. And she was like, they're valuable. And she responds to that with, you don't understand the value in what I could give you with my content with these pieces. So instead of her thinking everyone's here for this pop-up, she was like, what I'm going to give you is more valuable with my content with these pieces.
Oh, do you know what? I want to say fact because this is what influencers do. Like, not all of it. The vast majority of influencers are lavish. But this, I feel like I know people like this.
Later on, she posted a vlog video describing the brand as ungrateful to creators.
I'm going to say this is fact.
It is pure fiction.
Oh, bitch.
bitch. Wait, you said you know creators like
no,
us.
like I know. I if you told me certain creators had done this, I'd be like, of course they did.
Yeah, fiction, I'm afraid.
Good though, because absolutely.
But there are stories like that where influencers have gone to pop-ups and been like, I'm going to take some things.
Yeah.
And they're like, they expect the brand to be like, oh my God, an influencer.
Yeah. There's just so many influencers that your value.
Yeah.
Done in a respectful way could be beneficial, but not just be like, I'm just going to do it because my value's good.
Exactly.
Or whatever they're saying.
Yes, well, that didn't happen, so...
Well, it's made me angry now for no reason.
Well, why don't you tell us about a product you've been loving then? Let's go into that, because that would be really nice, cleansing the air.
So we were actually in Boots just looking at this brand a minute ago, because their viral toner pads have come into Boots, and this is Mediheal. We're going to talk about this
Medipeel.
Not Medipeel. We're going to be talking about this in another episode, actually, but I feel like their toner pads have pretty much overshadowed a lot of their really, really good skincare products. And this is the Madagascar Derma Cream from Mediheal.
Is that anything to do with Madagascar? The place? Madagascar?
No. The really good Disney film, Madagascar.
Don't you fucking dare. Don't you start this. Don't you start this.
Disney Shrek 1 and 2.
No, stop it, please.
So this is the Derma Cream with niacinamide. We got ceramides in here, squalene as well, and Madagascar. And it's basically healing and soothing and calms redness.
What is it? A serum or a cream?
It's a cream.
Okay. Like a moisturizer cream.
A cream. Yeah. But I love this because, actually, do you know what? Give it a sniff.
Right. Oh no.
Because I need to try and explain. Actually, put a little bit on your hand because I need to try and explain something about this product because it's very difficult to explain. So, whilst this is also very soothing, it's going to reduce redness, it's going to calm irritation and support your skin barrier.
It sounds like Vicks Vapor Rub.
It smells like Vicks Vapor Rub, but in a subtle, more fresh way. And it kind of has this like refreshing feeling on the skin without being menthol and stingy.
Oh my God, it smells like Vicks Vapor Rub, but then it starts to smell like nature.
Yeah, so it's kind of like this like instant cooling sensation.
It smells like it's just rained.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, what's that word?
Rain.
No, what's the word of like rain on like dry tarmac?
Yeah, but it's not that.
It's not that.
It's more like
that's
rain
what,
on nature.
Yeah, it's not like that. So when you put this on irritated skin, whether you've got like a really itchy spot or like just redness, your skin is hot from like irritation or rosacea, this really like cools and calms it down.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
I can imagine.
But not in like a minty peppermint.
No, it's not
way.
like, oh my God, I'm a teenager and I'm trying to get rid of my spots. It's it's fresher.
Yeah, it's so nice. And it's really nicely moisturizing as well. This is one of very few lightweight moisturizers that I can use in the evening.
It's almost like gel.
And wake up
but
not dry.
Gel at all. It's not gel at all.
No, it's kind of like a gel cream.
It's like
so
serum-y cream, gel cream, serum cream.
Right, so so I'm just going to have to explain what this is because I don't know what that was.
Keep going.
So it's a gel cream.
Serum
if
cream.
you don't say anything, just literally for 30 seconds.
Keep going, cream.
If you just like put your mic down while I explain the texture. It's a gel cream, so it's in between. So it's gonna stop moving your mouth. You don't need to be doing anything at all. Just stop. Do this.
No, fine.
So it's perfect for combination skin.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. I feel like it'll be perfect for combination
yes,
skin.
okay. And I'm gonna stop there.
Okay. We love it.
Yeah, we. I actually think you'll really like it.
No, I think it smells good. I think it feels really nice.
If you like their toner pads, for most of the toner pads, there's going to be a serum and a cream that matches.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think like 3 of them.
Oh, now I'm
including
going
this
to want to
one.
get the whole collection.
Well, honestly, get the serums over the toner pads because it's basically what the toner pad is
I just
soaked in.
really enjoy a toner pad. I love putting them on and just the ritual of it.
Yeah, me too. And I do like them for like targeted care.
Yeah.
Yeah, check out more Medihill's other products, not just the toner pads. Actually, speaking of toner pads, do you remember back in our days, we grew up in like 90s to 2000s, right? We were teenagers.
I was saying.
And toner pads were actually huge back when we were young, but not in the way Clearasil, Oxy.
Oh my God.
But not in the way we use them
forgot.
today.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
aggressive exfoliants that you
Yes.
scrub at your skin.
Right.
You wouldn't dare leave
They
them
were
on
like
your
vodka
face.
soaked pads.
Vodka soap pads to dry out your skin and your
Yeah.
spots. Yeah. And do you remember they were always targeted at like for boys because they were meant to be like an easy wipe on
Yeah,
skincare
yeah.
routine. But so it's kind of been nice to see like the resurgence of skincare products
Done
from
in a
that
better
era,
way.
done in a better way and done in like how we now know
Do you
skincare
remember
to work.
making your own nose pore strips? Do you remember Oxy?
Did it so
They
many
did
times.
these strips and you had to put this liquid on it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stick it on your nose and let it dry out. Do you
They
remember?
were really good.
I don't remember how they worked.
They were
but I remember
aggressive
them.
but good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were crazy.
Yeah, they were crazy. But today, I think we should discuss the resurgence of Y2K in a few different ways.
Okay.
Because there's a few different things that I think we could look at. The skincare,
Yeah.
which we kind of just covered literally just now. I don't know if you have anything about makeup you want to talk about.
everything about makeup.
But also the positives and the negatives, because I think, honestly, this was triggered by seeing Hilary Duff everywhere all the time at the moment.
Love Hills.
And her interview she did with, is it Call Me Daddy? The Call Me Daddy podcast?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Call Her Daddy. Call Her Daddy.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's great, really good.
Is
You
it?
should watch it. How horrifically toxic the era we grew up in was when it comes to body image.
Oh my God, it was fucking awful.
And the America's Next Top Model documentary.
Yes.
Just
Did you
just
watch
come on
it? You
Netflix.
watched it?
Yes. Insane.
I'm sorry, Tyra Banks, what the fuck are you doing?
I have never seen someone so fake in my life.
It was terrible, right? It was so bad.
I guess she
The
must
way
have
she was
signed something
acting,
before,
yeah.
but if I watched that,
Can I just also say, I don't know who did the makeup for the people in that show. The skin looked like you put sawdust down
Yeah,
and put
yeah,
foundation on
you can
top.
see every
And they all have
texture.
great skin, but
Yeah.
whatever the makeup was, sorry.
Yeah, dusty.
If you're watching.
Yeah, so it was your friend. It's your old
Can you
friend.
imagine?
Yeah, who you used to work with.
girl.
I specifically remember her being a plus size. She wasn't even meant to be
At
plus
all,
size,
at
but I remember
all.
her storyline was
Yeah.
that she was overweight.
She was putting on weight
She was
during
putting on
the
weight
show.
through the
Yeah.
whole thing, so much so to a point where they made her an elephant in a photo shoot.
It was so bad.
And then you watch these clips back.
She's the
nothing
size of a
to her.
thigh.
She is
If that.
If that. She is tiny.
I remember when they did that shoot, and the feedback from Tyra was they had to retouch this so much because he was so big or something like that. I was like, she literally was just standing at the side,
Yeah.
and had a not even normal. She was tiny body, and they're like. They had to.
to
You didn't
retouch
need to
it.
say that. Also, liquefy tool. You just push it in.
push it in.
You just push it in.
Yeah. It was just like, and then they had Whitney. Was it Whitney, the plus size
She
model?
won. Mm-hmm.
I look back at her. She was
She was
what,
size 10.
And
And she was plus size. She was the first plus size model to
You
win.
look at her now, and
Yeah.
it's like she is such an average size. But back then, I remember thinking, "Oh my god, a plus size model on America's Next Top Model."
How crazy. Does she know?
Crazy. And I remember looking at
Yeah.
her and thinking she was big.
Yeah. Because
Isn't
that's
that
what they were
insane?
telling you compared to the rest of the models.
Yeah.
I was watching Britain's Next Top Model. I started it from the beginning. The stuff they say, the judges like, yeah, she's fat and all her fat's
Even on
spilling
Britain's
over.
Next Top Model.
Yeah. It was so bad. It was so bad.
This
It was
is like,
awful.
and this is another thing as well. Like, people have asked like about weight loss and how you lose weight so quick. We were on every diet
Every
going.
diet.
We were skinny back in the day, but we did cabbage soup. We
I
did the
fainted
Special
because of a
K.
diet.
Yeah, rolling down the
I
stairs,
went
got
on a
Mars bar.
diet where it was so bad. But I only did it for a week. I only smoked cigarettes and drank Red Bull.
That's crazy.
And then I remember Mum was driving me, and
I was in the fucking car.
Oh, we drove.
We came to pick you up from work. And
No,
you were
that's not what I was going to say.
Caught you smoking.
Oh yeah, apart from that. But I was in the car with Mum, and she went over a speed bump, and I nearly fainted. I was like, I need to come off this diet, and I did the next day.
Oh my god,
I was so like malnourished.
Why were we doing Special K to fit into
I
a
was
red
skinny.
swimsuit? Like, what is wrong with us? There was no reason.
We were so skinny.
Atkins?
But can we say back
Atkins?
then that was heroin chic in quotes was the trend. And even when I started getting into makeup, the trend was, oh, this model needs to look like she is dying. From an overdose. And it was like that smudged out look, hollowing the cheeks out. It was a lot.
Our metabolism fucked. Absolutely fucked. We could drop weight in a week if we wanted to. And we do that. We used to go to like Tenerife with our friends.
Yeah, it was just a fun holiday.
It's just a fun holiday. You go to the Irish pub and have a buffet.
So that place has one of the best Italian restaurants I've ever been to in my life, where we used to go. I can't remember what it was called, but I used to get carbonara.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But we would be like, we'll lose weight a week before we go. So we'd buy clothes, we'd go clothes shopping, get clothes that were purposely smaller. Yeah. And we could drop.
Go on the lemonade diet for a week.
And drop so much weight in like a week.
Yeah. But this is a time where we were watching America's Next Top Model. All the magazines were like, look at this person on the beach. Oh my God, look how crazy.
Look at Hilary Duff. Look how fat she is now. She was like 16 at the time. So like, that's ridiculous. Like, it was so insane. So insane. And I remember even going into my 20s, when was that? I can't remember. What year was that? It was like a year older than the year 2010, maybe, even then. I can't remember. I was working for Top Man at the time. And I was a personal shopper. And we were working with like a lot of fashion people again. And me and the other stylists, we'd all take caffeine tablets. Grenade and T5 or whatever they were called, to keep us going. First of all, because we were doing the craziest shifts. So we'd do our retail stint, but then we'd have to go out and network, or we'd have an event after work, or we'd be doing a shoot for whoever and taking clothes wherever, whatever. So we'd be doing these really, really long days. Not all the time, but when we were on caffeine tablets. We skip lunch, we skip breakfast, we'd have Red Bull and cigarette for breakfast.
Red Bull and
and these caffeine... Sorry?
Pro Plus.
Yeah. These caffeine tablets would essentially just make you sweat so fucking much.
They did.
Going up the stairs, turn into a workout. Like, yeah. So even after all that bullshit of like the tabloids and Perez Hilton and all that kind of stuff, the worst man in existence, let's say, those habits still kind of like carried on into early adulthood.
And it's coming back now. Like the whole, the way the models look now, the way the makeup trends are now is very much that, the skinnier.
This is what's worrying. And this is why I wanted to talk about again, because the Y2K nostalgia is good and bad for me in two ways. I think the world is so fucked up nowadays, and every day you wake up seeing something else is going on, and then you see Hilary Duff, and it's like, oh my God, remember our childhood, remember that. And I think that's why she's so popular right now, because it's like this bit of like,
especially with millennials.
So it's really nice to have that in one way and like reflect on what that was. But then, like you said, I feel like even especially working in the industry, we did see a lot of progress when it came to body image, inclusion with all types of different people. And now it just feels like with the re-rise of Y2K fashion and trends, it's going the other way, because those trends were purely built for
low-rise
a specific body
jeans.
type. Low-rise fucking jeans. These trends were made at a time when there was one particular body image that was acceptable. And I think that's what people, in quotes, and I feel like that's what people are reverting back to at the moment. So all this kind of like, there was such amazing progress made, especially when it came to curve models. Plus size, it even sounds outdated now.
Yeah, it does.
To like, it's just normal looking people. And I feel like we're losing that completely.
I feel like we are. I feel like we're going a little bit backwards. And like, it's fun to see it come back in, especially in makeup. There's some really fun things. Like, I never thought I would love a skinny eyebrow, a thin eyebrow ever again.
I love a thin line eyebrow.
So good.
Lara from Cat's Eye. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Looks so good. And the makeup, not simplicity, because it's not exactly simple anymore, of like a wash of color on the lid.
Chala.
A wash of color on the lid. Looks really, really nice. But then I do worry it's going to get into that, like, almost, you know how Victorians used to do it? Their thing was like, I want to look like I'm dying. So they would literally draw blood for it. Whereas like the heroin chic days were like, it's a skinny in quotes look, malnourished, and that was like the ideal trend. And even if you look at all the models and stuff, remember like Agnes Dean, she was so popular because she was tiny and she was really good to make, and you know, she looked androgynous, and it was really nice to do that heroin chic on her. But that was, so you know what, if you're doing makeup on like a show or something like that, you'll always be given like a brief and a description and a demonstration from a key artist. The story, and it was always a story with a look. This is a girl who's been out the night before. She's taken loads of drugs, and she's just woken up in her makeup. That's the look we're going for. It's like, so you want me to create someone who looks like she's been on drugs and is now on a come down? Yeah. Okay, well, let's do this. Yeah, you know, and that was fashion.
Yeah, I'm going to tell a story which I think is actually really shameful. Okay, I'm not embarrassed about because it's not my problem.
I was so embarrassed, it's turning red.
So this was before Sam Smith became really popular.
Yeah.
And he would come into the styling lounge with his stylist. And he was a size 34, 36 trouser at the time.
That's what I am 34 now.
Yeah, average, very average size. But as top man back then, we barely stocked that size.
How?
Can you imagine?
That's because everyone's buying the women's jeans.
Yeah, I actually think because it was an average size and most people bought them out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then it was a little bit larger on top. But the panic we would have when he came in, because we didn't have the stock.
That's crazy.
Because he wasn't sample size. We couldn't gift certain things as well. That we were like, he was so average, such an average size back then. But we would panic about everything.
Yeah.
Or seeing models and being like, we can't use, like, there's no way she's fitting into that, or there's no way he's fitting into this, because we had one size that was tinier,
which was a sample
smaller
size.
than small, which was sample
the
size.
sample size is size 6? No,
zero.
it's 0, right?
Yeah,
zero,
back then.
Yeah.
But these little things that I look back at now, I'm like, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah.
Like, how did that actually happen?
Especially when you're like a service, like trying to, you know, give a service to people close to people.
Yeah. But I've also noticed, especially on TikTok, is that kind of like celebrity gossip culture has spilled over to influencers. People are not ashamed to go on somebody's video and be like, you are ugly.
Yeah, right.
Or you
what
are
the fuck
fat.
is
Or
that
you
about?
are like, it's literally like they have become the tabloids. now, if you aren't this like version of like what is popular at the moment. And I'm thinking hopefully the way trends go at the moment, it's just a fleeting trend and something else.
Let's hope it's a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Not the whole Y2K thing, just for like attitudes towards body image, and what was stylish back then, it was like very much low-rise Von Dutch jeans, a boob tube.
Remember Von Bitch?
Yeah, fake. Was that fake Von Dutch? Or was that Von Dutch doing a thing?
I don't know, but everyone had a Von Bitch.
I think I swear I saw that in a market somewhere in Spain.
Can you imagine being like, oh, I really want a trucker hat. I'm going to wear a trucker hat with a boob tube and a denim
outfit
skirt.
tonight, some pedal pushers, some low-rise pedal pushers.
So bang on the door.
Bang on the door.
Oh, I saw a video the other day of some Gen Z kids. They were being interviewed in the streets. First of all, millennials need to get over the fact that Gen Z think we're cringe. We are, older generations are always going to be cringe to younger generations.
And there's some stuff that millennials do that is like, even that makes me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah. But these kids were being interviewed and they were like, who is the most cringe when it comes to dressing? And they were like, millennials. But I was looking at all these kids and they were wearing like
what we used to wear,
but not even in a cool, stylish way. It was literally just what we'd wear while we were playing out the front with our friends.
Yeah.
Like acid wash baggy jeans.
Yeah.
And do you remember those hoodies with the face on?
Yes.
Those?
Oh.
I know. And like t-shirts with like a fake tattoo, like tribal tattoo.
Yeah,
I'm like, why the fuck are you wearing
done
Lara
that,
Duat
Hans.
2001?
Oh my god, do you remember Lara Duat?
I do.
But yeah, I guess that phased out and then it moved into skinny jeans and a blazer for a night out.
Yeah, and a moustache. Everyone did a moustache on their little finger.
And a hat.
But
But I do think like trends like that come back around and they are done a little bit better, especially with makeup. Like it's elevated a little bit more. It's like, yeah, you've got like this eyeshadow, but there's a little bit of definition and it's not just slapped on your eyelid.
I always say it's how it is nowadays is what we thought we looked like.
Yeah, that's it.
Or like what the models actually look like.
Yeah.
Or how the creative direction actually it was.
And I love that younger people dress like Disney kids on the red carpet.
Yeah.
Like it's like, so what, you're wearing a
vest
and a t-shirt and a jacket and 5 belts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And you're doing it unironically.
Ashley Tisdale with her piano purse.
You have different every material anyone's ever made on you. You have a fluffy bag. And your jeans are 5 types of denim.
You're a fire hazard.
Hazard.
Yeah, I think it's good because it's a new and exciting trend. And I think with the creativeness of TikTok and social media, it's like, it looks really good. It's visually very, very good. One thing that does worry me though is these, going back to neggies again.
Not negs.
Is how easy it is to look like that without actually looking like that. The filters. It's so easy to put a body filter on. They're so good.
You know what? Sometimes
It's
I
not
don't
bendy
know.
backgrounds
Listen,
anymore.
I mean, there was a point where I couldn't tell if people were actually wearing glasses or not because of the filters.
Yeah.
Those real glasses. But like the body ones are fucking crazy. And there's sometimes these TikToks where people are like, oh my God, this filter's crazy. And I'm like,
What filter?
what filter? They just look like they have really great skin, but the skin looks like skin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's really bad. I think the skinny ones, I think China were the first to really launch these
Me
apps.
too. Me too?
Me
Is that
Too,
what it's
something like
called?
that? Yeah,
Yeah.
Snow.
Yeah.
Where you could like lengthen yourself.
And
slim
the
yourself
background
down.
would stay intact. It would fix the background too.
Yeah. In fact, the only options on these apps are to make yourself taller and slim yourself down.
Yeah.
And make everything smaller.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to do. And I believe in different versions of TikTok. I believe it's built in China.
Yeah, I mean, even on the
I mean, you have a
one
fixed
here in the
filter,
UK,
right?
like you have to turn. I didn't realize you have to turn the filter off. If I go live on TikTok, my skin's really smooth. I'm like, oh my God, my skin looks great. And then
What
because
have
I
I
put
been
I put up
doing?
2 phones and I turn on my
Yeah.
Instagram and I'm like, oh, I'm looking heroin chic in that one.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? There's that image of Kate Moss with a cigarette, looking heroin. That I would never get out. of my
That
head
was
'cause
that
she
was
looks-
the that was like, oh my God, I want to look like I haven't showered.
Yeah. Do you,
That was the look.
That was the
though.
look.
You back home your hair like crazy and then walk out the
Yeah.
house.
Do you know what though? There is something more so fun about it now. We're talking about all the negatives about it, but I do feel like that's quite minimal and more under the surface and kind of terrifying. Not the body issues. I think that's very prominent.
Yeah.
But I would say when it comes to branding and advertising, it does feel a lot more fun.
Oh my God, have you Googled just like Y2K makeup adverts?
No.
They're the best. They're
Oh,
just
back-
so
they're like
yeah.
real ones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
real ones.
Yeah,
They're the best
Yeah.
thing ever.
Like I'm in a metal tube with a robot dog.
Yes, yeah,
love it,
and
yeah.
it's for a lipstick.
And the space outside.
Yeah,
Like,
they're doing this.
Yeah,
and
there's a
it's like
lipstick
it's for a
bouncing on
silver
them.
lipstick.
Yeah.
Which I
I
never
love
saw
it.
in our time anyway. I guess they were more toppers, weren't they? They were more
Do
like
you know what I
frosted
love
lipsticks.
about current advertising that leans into the YK aesthetic, right? Is I'm all for inclusion in advertising, right? But what brands used to do that really annoyed me is they'd get all the types of models you want to see, ordinary in quotations looking people, everyday people, different skin textures, conditions, colors, sizes, whatever.
And they'll put them all just next to each
they
other
put them all
smiling.
in white t-shirts
Yeah.
smiling. It's
Yeah.
like, why can we not have...
Why can we not do a high
High-end
end
editorial.
with all these
Yeah,
people?
yeah.
Why does it have to be we're having fun in the studio?
Why does it have to be real?
Yeah.
Like Dove, great. That was their
Yeah,
brand.
like
right?
incorporate that real into editorial so it
Yes.
becomes real everywhere else as well.
'cause
Yeah,
the
that's so
whole
true.
point was like, we want to see everyday people in these situations.
Yeah, it's like, look at our new foundation range. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, if we just have you in a pyramid formation smiling, that
or
would be
holding
great.
hands.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
do something fun.
Yeah, not
Make
just a
it
group of
fun.
people in plain
Yeah.
t-shirts
It
smiling.
gives fake clean, doesn't
Yes,
it?
yeah. That's what I want to see more of. But I do feel like brands like Glow Recipe, Made by Mitchell, I feel like they're really good at doing that. I feel like you see all Starface, and these are all brands really aimed at teenagers that are doing it right, I feel.
Yeah.
They're doing inclusion without it being like, tick, tick, tick,
Yes,
that's our
yeah,
box,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
our box. Look who we've got modeling for us, you know? So that's what I love. I love the kind of like Y2K advertising, but with that inclusion. I feel like the majority of brands are doing that.
Yes, yeah.
I don't see fashion weeks this year awful.
Really? I
Right
don't
back
even
to
see.
heroin chic.
Really?
Right back to
Yes,
it.
no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah. So remember working in the fashion industry and everyone would be like, well, it's fashion. So what?
It's fashion. So what? It's just fashion.
No one gives a shit anymore.
No one does anymore.
It's not that like when print was the biggest thing, when you go and
know
buy
why?
magazines,
Yeah.
like great. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like, well, it's fashion. Like
But nobody looks at the fashion industry like that anymore.
No one looks
because
at the
we
fashion
have
industry for authority.
fashion influencers. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, that's achievable also. We don't need some lady in the bob and the worst sunglasses I've ever seen talking about fashion and
They
thinking
don't
she's
suit
the
her-
best person ever
they
because she
don't
works for
suit her
Vogue.
face.
They don't suit your face, Anna Wintour. Sorry. Sorry.
we know because we're experts in the fashion industry. Who needs Vogue when you have Next and Lara Duat? Is that what it's called? Lara Duat.
I don't think it's around anymore.
Is it not?
No. So anyway.
Do you remember Le Coq Sportif?
Yes. Like sometimes brands just have to listen to their audience. what's a good example of this? Something happened recently where I was like, well, if you just listen to your audience, but I can't remember the brand.
Rode are very good at this. As much as like they have hits and shits kind of thing. When they made the blushes, these pocket blushes that weren't good for deeper skin tones.
Yeah.
What's her name that does all the, this is the darker shade? Gloria?
Gloria.
Yeah. They worked on her. They worked with her.
Right.
To correct
This is what
it.
I
hope
mean.
they
Like,
paid her. I
yeah,
hope they paid
I
her
hope they
well.
did.
I'm sure she wouldn't accept it
Work,
otherwise.
like, listen to people
Yeah.
and do well. You know who just is closing down? Cover FX. Do you remember them?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so a while back, they had this post that was a bit controversial because they were like, yeah, our makeup's not cheap. Because if it was cheap, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be safe for your skin. And I made a video. I was like, give them a few years and they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
Because that is not how you speak to
a modern audience.
At all. And it's like, if you had just listened to your audience and was like, hey, maybe we could make these products cheaper. Because then if you go on their website and everything was 80% off anyway, it's like, how are you making a profit on that with everything on sale all the time?
Yeah.
Gone. Listen to your audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen to the general public. Euphoria, they're gone.
Good.
That was, right.
That was a mess.
Right.
So too
it's
many
like,
times.
These
a mess.
brands, it's like there's
I'm
so
sorry,
many.
makeup you can sleep in. Fuck off.
Fuck off anyway. Like, even if it was like really, I would be like, no, absolutely the fuck not.
No. Do you remember the pure fear of leaving the Tamagotchis at home with mum?
So, mum, you have to press
You
these
have
two
to clear
buttons
their poo.
at the same time to clean their poo.
Because they got banned from school.
Yes.
So we had to leave our Tamagotchis at home with mum. To clear
Imagine
up
the
their
stress
poo.
of being a mother and having like 3 Tamagotchis to look
Tamagotchis.
after throughout the day. Otherwise, if you kill it, you're going to get home. Your kids are probably going to be like unreasonably
Fuck
outraged.
everything you've done all day for them and
Keep our
dinner. Keep our
Tamagotchis
Tamagotchis alive.
I can't do it. I
Awful.
couldn't do it now. I couldn't keep
No, I
Tamagotchi
can,
alive now.
not the responsibility of that.
Not one bit.
We must talk about the return of like the hot girl. So have you seen this online? So there was this TikTok that the old fashioned person was like, fashion. There was this TikTok it's just fashion of this woman talking about this other woman who's photographed at Fashion Week who had a cigarette and a Red Bull. And she was like, bring back this kind of like look of the skinny girl. She was skinny. She had like a Red Bull and smoking. She's like, bring back this type of hot girl.
We've just discussed Red Bull and smoking and how you can faint.
Yeah. So she was like, bring back this type of hot girl. And I was like, fashion. And I was like, no, this is awful. This is like one of the worst times. You can tell this woman was on probably like her 5th show of the day. It was like 11 a.m. She probably,
a model
going to be
or
up.
an audience?
I think she was just an audience. She was an entire audience. But along with this comes this kind of like
unhealthy lifestyle as a fashion statement.
Disordered eating as wellness. And we've been seeing it so much. Like I purposely, to talk about this subject today, had to kind of get on this side of TikTok of wellness culture. And it's not wellness culture. No. This is how many calories I eat in a day to stay this skinny. This is that phrase, nothing tastes better than being skinny.
Oh my God.
And it's like, which was a Kate Moss quote.
Yeah. Is that where it's coming from?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's something we used to say as a friendship group back when we worked together. Remember, So when we go out for dinner together, we'd all be like,
don't eat that pizza
please.
crust,
yeah.
just the cheese and tomato.
Yeah, roll up that cheese. Awful. And for a split second, I was like, yeah. And I was like, no, what the fuck? And I was like, no. But this is like, we're seeing it again. Celebrities are openly smoking again in like as a meal.
Yeah.
And like, there's this worrying trend of like biohacking, wellness, and what was the other term? Looks maxing. Where people are injecting things now. Like I've just done a whole video on this, but they're injecting peptides. Which can be sold on places like Amazon and TikTok.
Why would you do
for
it?
lab reasons.
It's like buying Botox on Amazon.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
So people can legally buy these peptides, which are meant to help you lose weight. For men, they're meant to help you kind of like gain muscle and make like water stick to your muscle, more like things like that. You can legally buy them if you're selling them for lab experiments. So if you
but they're not controlling who's buying them.
They're not controlling who's buying them. They're not asking like, well, where's your certifications? I don't know what you need for a lab. Where's your lab?
It's so much easier now to buy stuff for these kind of things than it would have been way back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you would have had to go to some random website and buy some random crap.
I saw a TikTok advert for caffeine tablets, and the woman starts by saying like, "Are you using these pens?" referring to like Ozempic. She's literally holding up a Sharpie backwards. And it's like a thick Sharpie. She drops it. She says, "Use these tablets instead. They're caffeine tablets."
It's not the same thing,
It's
honey.
not the same thing. And she is like promoting it. With all due respect to her, she's not on a weight loss journey. Not because she's like big or anything.
Yeah.
She's just not changed size.
Yeah.
She's been advertising it for months. Like nothing's happened.
Yeah.
While she's also kind of advertising food and other things. And,
Yeah.
But it's so easy to get your hands on.
Right. A TikTok shop? Are you kidding me? That's insane.
I know. I think they cracked down a lot on it because like the BBC just kind of like message TikTok and say, "What are you doing?" They're like, "Oh my god!" And
I was like, "Oh my god, so sorry.
Sorry about that." But that's it. It's so easy to get your hands on, and so it's easier than it ever was. Like back then, like I said, we had Special K. We had these celebrity diets that they were probably not actually doing. They were probably had other ways that we didn't know of back then.
Right.
Like losing
Exactly.
weight.
Exactly. And trainers, personal trainers,
personal trainers.
especially if they were getting like that Beyonce lemonade diet. But I went on. I was like, I'm going to look like
For
Beyonce
Dream
and Dream
Girls.
Girls. And I was like, but also she probably had a personal trainer, and my version of training was nothing.
And a very good wig, and you
a
never
very
look
good
like
wig.
that.
If I can get a backwards wig, thank you.
But it's like back then we could only dream of like having access to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's so much easier and it's actually terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I'm not a teenager in today's world.
Exactly.
Let's take a break. Do you have a product? Oh,
So we've done a body one already, and I think I spoke about this brand's serum a while back. The yellow, that was in a yellow packaging too.
That's a spray, no? That's
serum spray. So
yeah.
it's a brand called Nok, and this is again a Korean brand. I think they're available on Olive Young now.
Oh, are they?
Whereas before they weren't available. And this is their body toners. These are so good. I bought a travel one with me because I have a big one at home that I've been using. This is a citrus one. So a citrus, pistachio, I think like a caramel one and like the non-fragrance ones.
Yeah.
These are like, how would you describe this? A serum.
Imagine like a milky toner, but thick with some consistency.
Yes, for the body.
Yeah.
We were talking about itchy skin and that in the last episode. These are beautiful, instantly hydrating, not heavy on the skin. There are some body creams where I pop them on and I feel like my body's sweating.
They make you have like a cold sweat.
What is that?
I don't know.
This one doesn't do that. And like James said the last episode, we're so fussy with body moisturizers because they feel uncomfortable in the skin. Sometimes you know you have to do it, but you're like, I'm just going to do it. This feels like nothing.
Yeah.
At least I had a really, really nice smell. And it's just, I don't know what they've done, this brand with their skincare. It's just beautiful. They're super hydrating. They're not too greasy. They're not oily. They're just, I don't know, well balanced.
It's barrier care is all very well balanced. That's what I like about these kind of like milky products is that it's that getting the oil and water balance right to make something that's like moisturizing and nourishing without being too light or too thick and heavy and sweaty. And they do this very, very well. What I will say, I've not tried this one. I have the pistachio one.
What's that like? I haven't opened it.
I would wear that as like a daytime fragrance.
Oh, really?
It's really
Quite
weird,
strong.
but so strong
Yeah.
that I wouldn't want to put a fragrance with it. But it's really, really nice.
This one's citrus,
This
so
one's
this is
damp
very
skin.
It's very like fresh. Oh, I can imagine being on holiday and then just putting this in in the evening. You know, it's not too thick, it's not too heavy.
You're going to the all-inclusive buffet.
Oh, God, I'm jonesing an all-inclusive
Should
buffet.
we go to Spain for a weekend just for the buffet?
No, we go to
It's only
Jimmy's
over there.
World buffet.
Oh yeah,
Can have some pizza and sushi.
yeah, and some jelly at the same time. Don't I love that?
I love that.
Korma and pizza.
Korma.
Yeah.
Korma and a roast dinner.
Yeah, it's so nice.
But yeah, this brand knocking on the door.
They look like Harry Styles pleasing.
Oh,
don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Really, really beautiful. Their skincare is definitely worth looking into, and their body care as well. This is stuns.
Now, I do think we have to because we love a bit of Botox and filler.
Oh,
Do you know what? Whenever I get it done, it's never because I ever thought someone had I've never been like, oh, society hates my nose.
you are beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you know that wasn't popular in the US?
I don't believe that one bit.
I don't believe that at all.
It's because there was 2 different videos.
That would be it. Yeah, I never feel like that's because of societal pressures. I just want to do it.
Yeah, I think we're quite experimental with things like that, which
it's more
is
like I just want that
terrible
to, look a
to
little bit
say.
different. No, yeah.
Just inject me for an experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's just because I think, oh no, I just want to make that look like that and that like that. And I don't think it's because I'm like, oh, society from a young age has taught me.
No, I just like to try new things. But I think we're quite, what's the word? We're not intense like that. No, intense is the wrong word.
Gay. It's because of a guy.
No, that wasn't the word I was looking for. Quite. No,
we're not
scrap
easy
that-
affected
scrap that
by
sentence.
stuff like that.
Yeah, we're not easily affected
Despite
by
our yo-yo dieting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then also online, I don't feel like, from looking at comments, a lot of people do know you don't have to get Botox and you don't have
That's
to.
what I think. I think like,
Y2K?
well, I was just going to say like that kind of pressure of having to look a certain way hasn't just been with the rise of Y2K, but I think with the rise of the availability of being able to get these things done so quickly, like the lunchtime nose job is what we
Yes.
get done technically. But I don't think I've ever felt pressured to do that. My comments have never been,
No one's been like, oh my God, what's wrong with your nose?
Yeah. And I've
yeah.
never had people in my comments being like, oh, the pressure to look a certain way. Do you think it's because it's become too normalized?
I wonder if our age group have become immune to people being
Numb.
like, you should look like, numb is the
Yeah,
word, to you should
yeah.
look like this and you should be like this. Because
Yeah.
we've grown up with people being like, you should be like, and then you grow into this bit where you're like, actually, I actually don't
be
care.
bothered
I actually
anymore.
can't be bothered
Yeah.
to be on this diet or to
Yeah.
try and heroin chic myself.
Yeah.
Whatever
Do you know
works.
what, I think to round this up, I think what we're seeing, there's like a good and a bad. I think the good is how the Y2K beauty and kind of like art kind of rose first, and that
Yeah.
became so popular first,
Yeah.
especially in makeup. And like music as well. Like I love the pop music that's coming back, and like the
Yes.
house and all that kind of stuff is really nice. And then the kind of like underlying heroin chicness of it all is kind of like a little bit.
It's swerving.
It's a worrying trend, but I don't feel like it's an overriding right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And I'm hoping that is just a fleeting trend, I
Yes,
hope.
yeah.
And we can just carry on with the fun and nostalgia of Y2K.
Yeah.
Bring back Hilary Duff. Put Lindsay Lohan and Hilary Duff in one room.
Put Lindsay Lohan in more movies.
Give her another Christmas special. But yeah. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I think same.
You think pretty much the same?
I like the stuff that's come back, but I do hope it doesn't go that way, the wrong way.
Do another cycle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
America-
not of America's Next Top Model.
They're
even though
doing
that's coming
one. They're
back.
doing one.
I don't recommend it. I'm boycotting it.
Yeah,
Although I'll be interested. I'll watch the TikTok clips of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll watch
Okay.
someone else's version.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
Okay, well, let us know your opinions wherever you are watching or listening, because you can do both. And yeah,
Subscribe, follow,
Follow.
like, whatever platform you're on.
Do that wherever you are. Follow us on Instagram at The Double Cleanse Podcast. And we will see you in the next.
Do I do that bit again? Just in
No,
case?
I think that's casual.
All right. Bye, everyone.